collection of SIF designed to bring an industrial process to a safe condition in the event of multiple dangerous detected conditions. What is SIF? What is SIF? System interlock function is one or more components designed to execute a specific safety-related task in the event of specific dangerous condition.
My name is Petrochemical bin Azman. So today I'm going to show 4 types of SIS. For the first type of SIS is Emergency Shutdown System, or ESD. It's a system that used in hazardous areas to present situations that could have catastrophic effects economically, environmentally, or operationally. They are designed Next is it's the safety shutdown system. So safety shutdown system shall shut down the facility to a safe state in case of an emergency situation, thus protecting personnel, the environment, and the asset. Safety shutdown system shall manage all inputs and outputs relative to emergency shutdown (ESD) functions, environment, and personal protection. This system might also be fed by signals from the main fire and gas system. The third is safety interlock switches are used as interlock devices that can prevent machine operation or startup in an unsafe situation, such as when a door or guard is open. Interlock device with a locking function can also prevent doors or guards from being open while the machine is in operation. The last one is fire and gas system. Fire and gas system used as a sensor tied to a controller. Figure 1 program to execute tasks to mitigate the hazard in response to detecting a specific condition. Typical hazard include unignited release of combustible or toxic gases and liquids, or the presence of an open fire if an ignition source has been found. So that's all for me. Next I will give to Ain Shahnas.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aisha Nas binti Muhammad Izamri, and today I'm going to present you the example of the type that have in safety instrumented system. So in my first slide, I have 3 types of emergency shutdown system. I mean 3 examples. So first of all, in an oil well, emergency shutdown system in place to prevent the pressure from bursting through the wellhead if the pressure system exceeds a present limit and becomes overpressure. Next, for the boiler, it has similarity with an oil too. The pressure inside the boiler can increase above safe level and cause the boiler to explode. In this system, both pressure and temperature of the steam can trigger an emergency shutdown system and activation when they exceed the preset value. And lastly, in power plant, emergency shutdown system are triggered by a few different things. In one application, once the temperature of gas exhaust reaches unsafe level, an emergency shutdown system will shut down the turbine, producing the exhaust to lower the overall temperature of the system. In this slide, I'm going to talk about the example of safety shutdown system. So, the things that meant in this safety shutdown system is fluid. So, the fluid delivery including a valve for selectively closing flow between a first and second fluid vessel and engine for driving a fluid delivery pump. First, the timer activated in response to a timer activation signal for timing a countdown interval. Next, a time activation input for selectively inputting the time activation signal to the query time for selectively enabling the query time. Then, a wireless transmitter for selectively transmitting a time reset signal to the timer to reset the countdown interval, and a controller for automatically closing the valve and killing the engine if the timer times out. Next, I'm going to give an example for safety interlock system. So, this one is for the plant startup. During plant startup, interlocks can provide safety protection by requiring the certain permissible condition exists before proceeding to the next stage. For example, incinerator must be inert purged and free of hydrocarbon gases before light up. In my last slide, I'm going to give an example about fire and gas system. So, in plant protection system, if the fire and unwanted gases appear, the fire and gases system will detect and provide a warning of hazardous event.
Hello, my name is Azizul Hakim bin Bahari. I will talk about the conclusion of the safety interlock system that have in petrochemical industry. The petrochemical industry is facing increasing challenge to improve performance and reduce costs while enhancing the operation safety and efficiency. Safety design approach is widely used to assess safety during the process design while considering the planned life cycle activities. The study demonstrates the validity and reliability of the perceived intrinsic safety management design approach and thereby an implementation of the safety system and developing a valid and reliable measure of safety management system across diverse sectors. The popularization of the safety management system concept allow this method to be introduced into broader models, analyzing attendance and consequence of the system. Thus, it would be possible to study the relation between the safety management system and individual attitudes and behavior at the global organizational level, assessing whether the management system is indeed an attachment of the firm's safety climate.